guys, welcome back to my Minecraft world. I'm starting over here next to one of my stone gathering excavation holes. Yeah, I've already cleared out most of it. Most of the stuff, like 80% of the stuff I mined. This is just stuff I didn't have space for in my storage. But yeah, I started over here because the world spawn temple thing that I just built in the intro time lapse. I thought it looked. I was flying over here and I thought it looked cool from this area. So I'm gonna F1 and let's fly over there. So yeah, this is the special build that I mentioned. Oh, there it is. That I briefly mentioned at the end of the last episode. Oh yeah. Sticking out like a sore thumb. I need to mould it into the surrounding area that I cleared a bit better. Might have to put some cherry trees and stuff around here, and some azalea trees maybe. But yeah, so this is bring up this. So yeah, we're basically at 0, 0. Let's do another quick fly around. So I think it was season 8 of Hermitcraft. They had a spawn egg building at their world spawn, and I thought spawn egg, that's a funny joke. So I've got an egg on top of here to signify this is my spawn egg building. Yeah, but my egg, it's slightly broken and it's like a geode inside. Did you know that the amethyst clusters emit light? Because when I was building this in creative, I put a what's this called? A lichen, glow lichen, in there to kind of prevent stuff spawning in here. Turns out these emit light anyway. So, and then there's another break around here somewhere. I think it's on this side. Yeah. Oh, hello. Didn't know that was still there. Can I reach? I'm sacrificing that scaffolding unless I can get it. Oh. Okay, whatever. That'll despawn. So, yeah, I just wanted something to kind of be like a safe space for if I end up spawning back here, and make it be like a refueling station. So I've forgotten the building of this place to actually stock anything. So I bought a shulker of arrows. I guess this goes over here. I don't know where everything goes yet. Let's do one of these. Boom. And fill this up. I have no shortage of arrows, so let's just... There we go. Don't know what's going to be in this one yet, but maybe a shulker box, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what's going in there. But, oops. This is going here. Is this lit? It is lit. Okay. And then potion stuff. Let's just pick this up. I can't tell if it's like becoming evening or it's just dark in here. I think it's just dark in here. So, yes, potion stuff. Let's grab some of these. And let's just grab it all. Yeah, I don't usually have my shield on me, but as you've probably seen from the thumbnail and or the title of the video, we're off to the end, as promised in the last episode. So, let's do it this way. Yeah, so I've actually been to the end. That's why I have my shield on me. I forgot to put it away. Oh, I'm breaking 2 on here. Interesting. And then we have food. Right. This is over here. Chicken, pork, stew, potatoes, mutton. But yeah, so that's what this building's for. It's kind of a refueling emergency kind of place. Like, oh no, I just died and my spawn wasn't set properly. Quick, let me get some backup gear. And now that I think about it, I should probably have some backup elytra here. Swords. Let's put those in here. And yeah, I'm done with that stuff. So then, yeah, obviously the theme of this building is like a geode. I don't know when I first kind of had this plan for the idea of setting a geode into the floor of a place, but so yeah, geode in the floor, the glass kind of mirrors it as well. This is black glass here. It's hard to see, but it is there. And then the ceiling's meant to be the same. This is actually grey terracotta, I think, because the black had too much red in it. I think that's the one. It's like really black and red. It didn't really fit, so this is the dark grey glazed terracotta. The chiseled quartz kind of make it more like ornate to kind of fit in with the glazed terracotta. And then I wanted to do kind of an inverse, like this one like sinks into the floor in like a U shape, so I wanted the opposite in the ceiling. And then we made this kind of like chandelier type thing. Yeah, and then we have... Oh, it actually is getting dark now, I think. Yeah, then we have bubble elevator and just a drop into some water to come back down. Yeah. Up here, we have some of the new pot things. Can't remember what this one is. It's not a mushroom, is it? I can't remember. But I chose kind of like neutral kind of stuff, like a wolf and the heart, the not broken heart. Kind of be like, oh, this is like safe and nice and whatever. Eventually, I will get this connected up onto the nether roof, because I feel like if I just activate this now and it comes out into just regular nether, then yeah, trying to get back to somewhere, it'll be tough getting through just the regular nether to get back somewhere quickly. So this coming out onto the nether roof should hopefully get me back to places quicker. So try to put candles everywhere to make it kind of like it's, I don't know, a bit more of a holy place, because it's meant to be a temple. That's why I've been okay. I don't typically like to use torches like this, like for actual lighting, but to kind of make it seem a bit more like an old temple. Left torches around. And then we've got the colours of the like the people from the village and their like worship of copper and all that stuff. It's reflected in the plants as well. I would usually also have the orange tulip, but I feel like I needed like chunkier flowers. Like the profile of the tulip's kind of slim, so I wanted chunkier stuff, especially with like the cherry sapling. I wanted to match it in the flowers. Got the mini copper block. I think I had a reason for picking gilded blackstone, and oh, that was it, because the my like backstory for the village people, they learnt copper smithing from something that came out of the nether. So there's like a nether representation in one of these little decorations. Yeah, candles. I don't know if this comes across in the time lapse, but they are everywhere. Yeah, people come by and like do blessings or whatever at the temple where people come back to life, sort of thing. So yeah, there's also some like buried into these walls. I was struggling with how to kind of add detail to these deep slate corners. I didn't want to just add more leaf blocks and stuff, so yeah, that's what I came up with. I need more candles, so there we go. And then I like this as well. This is to kind of signify how like ancient this place is. That one of the stairways in has kind of crumbled, so that's what these buttons are for. They're meant to be like stones that have like rolled off the stairs here. Like another little, it's all cracked in here and stuff. But yeah, I need to terraform this area a bit more. This isn't meant to be like set it like this into the ground. It's meant to be more organic. And then particularly over here as well. I think I said this already, where I cleared too much area, I think. Yeah, also these corners where the supplies and stuff are kept, they're like a stark contrast to the rest of the build, where it's all like stone and like the mud bricks and stuff. And I've purposefully used the copper in here as well to kind of make it seem like, oh, clearly it's like an old, like crumbling stone structure. It's an old temple, but it's still in use. Like people still come here and leave like candles and make like offerings and blessings to whatever, I don't know, whatever deity brings people back from the dead and they spawn here. But yeah, so this is like the more modern, like revamping of the interior. And then there's like the floor. There's no cracked deep slate in the floor in here or anything. Yeah, so that's this building. So I also mentioned last video I would do some builds in the town. So I'm going to fly over there, and while I do that, I will show you the time lapse of the builds. See you in a moment. Okay, we're here. So yeah, a couple of things I missed on the builds in the time lapses was this. I typically, so far, I've had signage on each of the buildings, and I forgot about this one. So this is the cactus farm. Don't really know why I would need cactus. This is going to be interesting. I'm pretty sure I tested this in creative, and it did eventually split off into each side. But so far, haven't really been here to generate much cactus. Yeah, it's slightly decorated. I've got furnaces here. If I can use cactus to kind of generate XP. Just keep smelting it. Storage, I don't know how productive this is going to be. It's not a particularly big farm, but yeah, here's this. Yeah, I did try and put in another level of this up here, but I couldn't meaningfully fit any extra in here, so I've left it as is. And as I said, I don't really have a use for cactus, so maybe one day they'll add more functionality to it. But I did need to come in to grab cactus to put in the sign. So yeah, there's the cactus farm. What's next? Let's go through. I've been thinking about going back through all my builds and swapping out these. Like the typical thing is you use a loom facing a certain way to make it like empty bookshelves. But now that we've got the chiseled bookshelves where you can... Better sleep in a sec. Where you can have like partially filled and mostly empty bookshelves. I've thought about going back and replacing all these. But then I'm like, this is kind of like a documentation of where my builds were at the time I designed these. So I'm kind of torn on whether I should update old stuff or not. Also, I don't want to like take all these out and then just end up with like 30 looms for no reason. Right, next build. The signs go on the other side. But this is a tripstone and lava farm. It's really, really not pretty in here. So the way I designed these buildings was I came up with a footprint, built the building, and then tried to build some like the redstone stuff to fit in there. So yeah, that's why this is so not pretty. I mean, I could have swapped out the glass probably, now that I think about it, to make it a bit more like aesthetically coherent. In fact, along those lines, one of the things I did was I added this kind of dripstone coloured stone mess in the middle. And this houses like a pocket of lava so that we can just farm lava off the dripstone here. Yeah, never know when you might need a stockpile of lava, I've discovered. And then we've got dripstone farm. So this will just grow over time, and then when it grows into this corner, it'll trigger all the pistons to break these. I have added, because it takes so long and maybe I just want some dripstone, I've added some buttons in to kind of just... have not considered that before. Interesting. Well, I'll just have to repair that every time. But yeah, I added in these buttons to manually trigger. And then at least I've got some if I need it. And then upstairs we have a basalt and a stone farm. Right, so basalt and dripstone. Boom. Right. Yeah, this building, again, really struggled with making it not just a big square stone building. Tried to be decorative, as decorative as I could be, and add kind of depth into it. But yeah, this one I really struggled with. And it's probably my least favourite of these buildings. Maybe it's a tie between this and the bamboo farms. But yeah, we have this building, which I don't know if I'm ever going to use. I don't even know if it works properly, because I've not actually tested it. But in principle, I think it should work. This is meant to be a really kind of manual wood farm. So let's go and look inside first. Okay, so this barrel will be for like saplings and stuff, I guess. And then we've got the strip of dirt, plant them in. And each of these dispensers will, at some point, when I get to it, they'll be filled with bone meal. And then we've got this switch here, which turns all these on. Bone meal's the trees, they grow. And in theory, the stone stays in case any like branches or leaf blocks try and like spawn outside of this area. I hope that's how that works. Same on this side. Like, I hope none of this gets overridden by the thing. But then, yeah, you just flick it off, and you come in here and just cut all the wood down. Only works for like oak and maybe birch. But yeah, so there's that, and then behind here is just the very shoddy redstone. And there is an upstairs. Am I meant to have scaffolding here? I can't remember. I think this is just like empty space to fake that there's a interior in here. But I guess I could put stuff in here. Do I need to light this up? I'm okay. Right then. Yeah, I'll leave these. Can I still access? I can. Hold on. Hold on a minute. I can still use the door. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, that's of course it starts raining. Of course it starts raining. Right, so yeah, that's the tree farm, the stone and lava and stuff farm, and then cactus farm on the other side. What time is it? I've still got a couple of in-game hours before I can sleep the rain away. So all that's left is I've got these boxes of loot here from my end trip and the Stronghold, because we're going to go and look for those trims. Well, I say going to, I have been. And yeah, I'm going to chuck all my loot into here. It's kind of split up amongst these boxes, so I'm kind of going to consolidate it all in this chest. Yeah, we'll go over to narration mode, and then we'll come back and see what we got. Right, so the first thing I did was I made those ender pearls that I collected when I showed off the nether gold farm. Turned them into eyes of ender. And I know from looking at chunk base that there's a stronghold broadly in this direction. Yeah, wasn't exactly sure where, so still used the eyes. I was kind of surprised that this didn't just immediately float. Seems like that's what it does, it like floats through the air, so found it slightly annoying, it sank so quickly. But yeah, still looking for the stronghold entrance, and unfortunately it seems like it's in the ocean. But bonus, found a broken portal. Unfortunately, no gold block, no good loot. Possible that I've looted it in the past and forgotten about it. Eventually, pinpointed the location. Decided I should make a little platform so I can find this again a little easier. And yeah, took all the water out, made a little landing area. First thing I found when I got in here was some exposed ores. Can't help myself, I have to still mine it. Thought this was pretty cool. There's like a lush cave like bisecting the stronghold. Can always do with more what are they called? The flowers. The Spore Blossom. Could always do with more of those. Some more Destiny PvP moments. Arrows flying through creepers. So yeah, first loot. Pretty decent books. Okay, found first library. But I know I left something undiscovered back here, so I'll go back. One of those things was the end portal. And I placed some torches on the silverfish spawner, thinking that would block it like it would like a spawner in a dungeon. And then I'm always really paranoid at this point that something's going to go wrong and I end up in lava, so I always extinguish it just to be safe. Yeah, checking the light level just to be sure everything's alright. And then I set up a little base. Get interrupted by this guy. Yeah, I was hoping to kind of, I don't know, maybe come back and farm those a little bit. Because with the vanilla tweaks, more mob head drops, whatever that one's called. The silverfish heads kind of look like aliens or something, so could be useful later down the line. And then I just spoke over finding the first of the armor trims, and then just find another one in the next chest. Speaking of dungeons, I happened to find one down here. And kind of trash loot, but for what I'm about to go do in the end, having those extra golden apples is useful. Again, can't help myself looting stuff that I'm not here for. And I included this bit because another thing bisecting the Stronghold was this cool exposed geode. Third trim, Unbreaking Book, and then resorted to looting the room for bookcases, just like in the Woodland Mansions. So many bookshelves. I'll never have to make another bookshelf with my stockpile now. And then I think this is 10 times speed, clearing the other library. And some cobwebs, why not? So yeah, it's a good job I made so many of these Eyes of Ender. Don't know what happened here. Block got moved off this little dirt staircase. So, first place I went, I just picked a direction, and the very first end city I come across, I think, oh, there's no dragon head on here. That's weird. Does that mean I've been here before? Oh, yeah, no potions. And no loot. I've already looted this area. Sad. Yeah, so I just pick a new direction, fly away. I was kind of just flying over nothing for a while and realised, oh, I've actually ended up back at like the spawn island. So again, I don't use the portal thing this time, and I just fly out over the void, which turns out was a mistake because I've sped this up quite a lot. I just completely lost any like frame of reference for what direction I was looking, and I don't know if you can see in the top left my Y coordinate. I just ended up flying way too high, and I couldn't tell if I was looking up or down. Eventually, I ended up trying to fly back towards the spawn island, thinking it would be like 0, 0 coordinates. And I think, oh, I'm way too high, surely. That must be it. Fly down, and I find all these like bridges connecting the islands. So that's like where I first went when I first came to the end after being the dragon. So I make my way back to Spawn Island again, pick a different direction, and yeah, I eventually found some end cities that I hadn't looted yet. Trying to check if the dragon head's on the front, and I was too far away for entities to spawn in, but there it is, you can't see it now. And then I take a little bit of time to get reacquainted with how to fight shulkers. Yeah. The first set of loot. I didn't know if the armor trim spawns in the boat or if it's in like one of the buildings. But I wanted some extra sets of elytra anyway, so I looted both. Not a great chest, but free chest. Free ender chest. Like a free chest is always nice, but free ender chest, that's always nice. Shield really putting in some work in this one. More loot, still no trim. Then I got onto one of those really big rooms where it's just crazy amount of shulker shots. Loot's okay. Managed to get some decent number of shells out of here though. So I finished looting that area, picked a direction to just fly away, and then flew straight to a new end city with a boat. Right, why are there beetroot seeds in these places? Why is that in the end city loot table? Another dragon head. Don't think I've used a single one of these yet. Come on. That counted as a crit somehow. Yes, finally. I say finally, it's only the second end city. I still finished looting this place though. Because, yeah, it's always nice to have a stockpile of shulker shells. This was a close call though. Could have all been for nothing. I think golden apple's really the MVP on this trip. Which makes me think, like, they're so good. It's been so long since I've eaten a enchanted golden apple that, like, I can't remember what the benefit is over a regular golden apple. Yeah, made my way back to Spawn Island. And, yeah, I thought, oh, while I'm here, let's go see the area where I can cheese the wither, which I need to go and do again. I need to find another skull. Get another beacon set up in the town. Yep, made it back. Did a quick sleep. And then made my way out of the stronghold. All in all, successful trip. Didn't die. Got some decent loot. And yeah, just figured out which way was back to the desert outpost. And that was it. Or was it? Right, I turned back. I even like finished recording and everything, but I turned back because I thought, oh, I've broken my bed now. This is perfect time to try and see where I spawn back at the spawn temple that I built. And unfortunately, I just spawned on the roof somewhere. So, yeah, a bit disappointing. I'll have to deal with that. But, yeah, back to town. Okay, welcome back. Shame about the spawn temple, eh? Like, that was my first test of it. See if I was really hoping that I would spawn inside. Maybe I can fix that, but I think maybe if I can't, or if it was too much work to fix it, I think I might add like a pond or some sort of water feature or something on the outside so I can jump off safely. Right, so yeah, back from the end. I've cleared away those shulker boxes and the hopper and whatnot. And actually, it all wouldn't fit in here. But, oh dear. Alright, give me a sec, I'll just clean this up a bit. Okay, cleaned it up a little bit. So, yeah, only needed to go to 2 end cities, which was a welcome relief after having to do, like, so many different nether things and going to, like, multiple outposts and woodland mansions and stuff. So, yeah, and then also, because they're the end cities, you just get better loot in general, so feels much more worth it to go and do that. So yeah, the end loot and stronghold loot all in this screen now. So what have we got? We've got 2 elytras, 2 dragon heads, loads of shulker shells. Annoyingly, we've got an odd number. You know what? I'm going to check how many I've got spare in my valuables chest. I have an even number. So at some point, oh, yes, extra stuff. So yeah, spoiler then. Well, I say spoiler. You just seen it in the montage, but we got the armor trims and tons more bookshelves. Can't not loot the bookshelves. Yeah, we got the trims. Right, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so annoyingly we've got an odd number of shulker shells, so maybe I just need to hop back in the end and just get one more shulker shell. Yeah, I grabbed the potions thinking I would use them while I was in there, but it felt safer to just use a golden apple at the time. Some emeralds, some diamonds. Still, for each of these adventures I've been on, I've not got enough diamonds to duplicate a single trim on any individual trip. I don't think. Some decent armor. Could combine a few of these things, get a nice backup set going. I feel like I need to actually get a full backup netherite set at some point. I could. Ooh, that is a good pick. Shove some extra efficiency on there, and then that's basically my silk pick. So that could be a backup. More decent stuff. I don't think this was on camera, but while I was digging around looking for what I thought was the entrance to the stronghold, found some stone diamond ores. Couldn't pass those up. Let me just sleep real quick. And now that I've got my storage building set up, one of the things that I want to do is try and get a bunch of like the mini block versions of like every block. And I haven't seen a wandering trader for a long time, now that I think about it. But yeah, stone diamond ores is like super rare now, so I was glad to find those. The other thing I need, I think, I'm not sure if I have any deep slate emerald ore, so I need to try and find those. And then I got some enchanted books. Ooh, there's some efficiency 4 I can shove on that backup pick. Yeah. Don't know why I kept the curse of binding. I think it's a shame I came out at this area and not where the desert place was, because yeah, this is just going to be for decoration, basically. Go in one of the chiseled bookshelves. But yeah, so that's our end loot. I'll tidy that up off camera. I just realised I've had a fan right next to me blaring while I've been doing this last bit, and hopefully I managed to edit that out. Right, so that means it's time to update the trim stacks again. I should rename this, shouldn't I? But so we've got Spire. Where's Spire? And Eye. Okay, so we have Silence and Ward. Those are both in the ancient cities. And Tide, that's in an ocean monument. So we're almost done. Almost done. I think the plan is ancient city. I've never been in solo. I've never been in when it's been dangerous either, really. So yeah, that's going to be probably a whole episode by itself. And then Ocean Monument, I just need to find one, I think. I think I've probably been to one the whole time I've been on this world. So I don't think... and it's not like the trim spawns in a specific place, is it? It's like... It's just a drop from the Elder Guardian. So I can do that whenever. Ooh, let's go in and harvest this wheat. So in terms of builds, the remaining stuff I have already designed is I've got 2 more farm buildings, like for the industrial area, designed. One doesn't have anything in it yet besides like aesthetic stuff, and then the other one, it's a melon and pumpkin farm. I don't really need that right now. I'm not desperate for one. So those can kind of wait. They would go here and here. So yeah, I'm not in a rush to do those. I will want the melon pumpkin farm, which will go here, ready once I've built my castle on top of this hill. Yeah, because this castle will also be the villager trading hall. So I will want melons and pumpkins ready to trade. To recap, options for next episodes. Go to Ancient City, which honestly I wouldn't mind a break from going off on these adventures. So I think I want to do more builds next time. I could do those farms, which aren't a priority. Castle, maybe. I'm like 95% there on the castle. Minus any kind of interiors, just getting the structure built. I'm not sure if I want to change a couple of things about it. But yeah, I have all these houses here built, and something I've done between episodes is I've kind of tidied up this bit of landscape and kind of prepared it in order to build stuff here. So I think actually this might be my next project, is bring these houses into the world from creative, and start fleshing out a bit more of a vibe of the town, like make it feel a bit more populated than just a bunch of gross square factory buildings. Another project I need to do, which is something I've not designed in creative yet. Ooh, hello. Hello, Mr. Creeper. Goodbye, Mr. Creeper. Yeah, is to conform this floating area into the ground a bit. I think it's going to be like a seawall type thing. And then eventually this area here is going to be like a fishing pier, or like a little dock or something. So yeah, I need to work that out. So yeah, that's this area pretty much done now. Well, almost done. Minus 2 buildings. But yeah, it's going to be fun to start designing other parts of the town. Like I took a break from playing Minecraft for a while. At least on my own world. I still played a bit of multiplayer with friends. So that kind of meant that I stopped designing stuff for the town. So it's going to be fun to start actually like exploring more of what this place is going to look like now that I'm like running out of stuff that I've got pre-designed. So yeah, that does it for this episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.